dumbbell only back exercises. I separated them into a couple of parts. We have a number of rows, upper back and shoulders exercises, as well as some bonus exercises. So let's get straight into it. First, so that you can get a better image of what's going on, I'm going to shed the sacred cloth that is the lean beef tee, leanbeeftees.com. First, we're gonna start off strong with a double arm bent over row. Feet, you know, they can be shoulder width apart. Bending over. None of this. None of that weirdness in any of that. No. Hip hinge, stretching. I mean, that has its time and its place. The swinging does have a time and a place, but the time and the place is not right now. So notice how my hands are kind of going up and meeting where my hips are. I'm not going like this. All right, this is still something, but this isn't the something that we're trying to do right now. It's kind of more of a up and back motion. I need you to get this full image. All right. It's kind of like a worm down. Yup, perfect. Then you're gonna stretch down. You're letting your arms hang. Same motion. I like to have this at whatever degree of angle this is. I'm not totally sure. It's not flat, it's not upright, it's a degree. A cue for this one that I like to think about is keeping my arms close to my body. You could go like this, okay? That'd still be doing something, but that's not what we're trying to do right now. So tight to your body. Next, we have a single arm variation. All right, so pretty much same thing, but with one arm. This one I see, I'm using the incline bench, all right? You can use something else, but this tends to be the best thing to use, the most convenient thing, the thing that I see most people using. Sometimes people use the dumbbell rack. Do not do that. Don't do that unless it's only you at the gym or you own the gym, okay? Because otherwise, you're literally a big dingbat. This is one where ego can definitely take over, and I see a lot of wah, wah, freaking pulling the lawnmower into the sun activation, which, I mean, you know, there is a time and a place for that. There's a time and a place for everything. The time and place we're having right now is not using that. So you're like pretty firm, controlled. You can let it hang a little bit so that you can, you know, stretch the lat. That's nice. But you're controlling it. You're controlling it, you're not swinging it. This next one, I don't usually like to do at the gym unless they have a designated seal row set up. That's what this one is, the seal row. As you can see, it's a little bit extra. There's kind of a lot going on here. I had to build this one myself, so it's a little much to do in the gym, especially a commercial gym, unless they already have the seal row. But this is what it looks like. Kind of like the chest supported, so it's kind of just to stop the use of momentum. It's a tad bit extra, but I do like that one. So those were all of the row variations we have for today. That's great for the lats, nice, and other parts of the back as well. Now we're gonna focus on some upper back and shoulder. This first one is one that I would personally never do because I don't think that this muscle on myself, personally, for my preference, needs that much more development. Can you guess what muscle I'm gonna say? If you guessed the traps, you were absolutely correct. So this next exercise is shoulder shrugs. Relatively self-explanatory. We're holding 2 dumbbells, we're holding them in the neutral position, and our shoulders are like this, and then they're shrugging. Here's what we look like from the side. So you can see my shoulders are like pretty straight in line. And just because I personally wouldn't do shrugs for my preference does not mean you shouldn't do shrugs. Don't let somebody else's restrictions restrict your life. Next exercise, somewhat similar to the shrug, but we're going to bring in some other muscles, particularly our shoulder muscles. This is the upright row. And some of you might be saying, Patty, oh my gosh, the shoulders aren't part of the back. Okay, well, that's okay. I'm including them in the context of this video. Take it if you want to take it. Don't take it if you don't want to take it. Next, staying with the shoulders, we are going to do several different variations of lateral raises. All right, my feet are about shoulder width apart. Here, there. Dumbbells facing my body. Lateral raise. Key things I think about, keeping my shoulders down, okay? You might want to go like this. My lats are taking over a lot here. But if I focus on keeping my shoulders down, it's going to be a bit less trap taken over. Extremely similar to the standing lateral raise, but we're seated. This is what I've been doing lately. Next, we're gonna do very similar, but not the same. Front raises for the front delt. Couple different variations we can do with the prone grip. Prone. We're still thinking about keeping our shoulders down, so we're not, whoa, what? Try not to do that. At least don't do that all the time. Sometimes you can get a little bit silly, but not all the time. You can't be silly all the time. It's just not sustainable. We can also do like this. I've had people tell me that they feel it more when they're kind of like leading with their pinky. So I'm gonna do that single arm, but it would kind of look like this. Pinky in the lead. Pinky in the lead. Now this supine positioning, you might be feeling a lot, or you might not, in your bicep, because like depending on how you're doing it, if you start kind of getting too silly with it, you know, you're getting nilly, you're getting lax, then you might be going like this, and it's turning into a curl. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Unless you're trying to do a curl, then don't, you know, whatever. Next is gonna be our last shoulder movement, but the setup is very similar to the first row, because we are gonna hinge at the hip. So get your weights, hip hinge. Instead of your shoulders rolling forward like this, kind of rolling your shoulders back. Up and out, baby, up and out. Rear delts. Next is a 3-parter, and it is going to incorporate the bench. You actually don't need the bench. You can do it without the bench. I'm gonna use the bench though. Okay, so these are the X, Y, I's. Ready? This is the X. Low. X. Then we have the Y. This is too heavy. Good Lord. Out, wider, then shoulder width, and I, straight up. Super underrated, or maybe appropriately rated. I'm not really sure how popular they are at the moment or how much people are doing them. Next, of course, we have the dumbbell lat pull down. Looks like this. What the hell? Oh my God, no way, yeah, yeah. Just kidding, that was a joke. If you didn't get the joke, it was a joke. Okay, next back dumbbell exercise we are doing seriously. The last one was a joke. That one was a joke. I was just kidding, everybody. Okay, is the dumbbell pullover. All right, so you're like reaching back. You wanna make sure your arms can go back, up. A lot of stretch in the lat, particularly. So that's one way to do it. The way that I would do it when I you know, would try to do this would be this other way so that my neck is more supported. Let me show you. And the reason why, at least I think, this one is not like the most popular exercise, even though it's a fine one, is because it's kind of hard to load. Like, it's kind of hard to load up a lot, as you have to hold the dumbbell like this, and you're limited to your hand strength and arm strength. Okay, and that concludes our back dumbbell only exercises. So of course, I'm sure there are other ones out there. If you know other ones that I missed, please leave them in the comments below. Share them with the world. Share your truth and the exercises. Greatly appreciated. But I think I got a good amount. I'm pretty sure there's at least a lot of other variations of rows, and there might be something super special, cool, awesome that I don't even know about yet. So you can leave that comment below and I would love to hear it. I did already do dumbbell glute exercises. That was a pretty good video. Those are like really some favorite exercises of mine. So go check that out if you're interested in that and you haven't already seen it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Adios.